I have with me Professor Joyশ্ree Roy. Professor Roy is a professor of Jadavpur University, Calcutta, India. More importantly, coordinating lead author of the latest IPCC report, the AR6 report, and now she's also a professor in the Asian Institute of Technology. Now, Professor Roy, while working on the IPCC's AR6 report in Chapter 5, uh, your team mentioned about Kolkata's transport model being really a model globally, and you have referred that. Now, can you please elaborate how and why it should be taken like that?
Basically, we were looking for the case studies where we can show the transition challenges. And the transition challenges come from different aspects. One is technology, one is policy, and one is social struggle.
Right.
So, when we were looking into the different literature in IPCC report, we do not depend on only one literature. So we try to look for many more literature, so that if there are multiple literature
Right.
talking about one particular case, then we accept that. And this was one of the unique study from Calcutta, because in Kolkata city, what we found, the literature says, historically this was always a public transit driven city. So that is one of the primary importance that we could get. But also we saw that in the middle, with the change in the middle class size and modernity and access to car ownership, given their income increase, there was a growing shift towards private transit based city. We could also see is that gradually, over past 10, 15 years, there has been a shift towards better public transit system, because the comfort of the public transit system was increased by making them air conditioning and making the buses much better efficient buses, and also the digital technology was introduced.
Uh, Professor Roy, you said that the middle class is coming back to the transport structure in Kolkata, public transport structure, and that's the indicator of success. Why you referred Kolkata as a role model in the demand side management in your chapter 5. But the local people in Kolkata, the complaint is maybe the middle class coming back to an extent, but the lower middle class people, poor people, are going away from the public transport. Number one, because the transport numbers have been reduced, the buses number have been reduced, and second, the cost of transport, the public transport, especially these well-equipped buses, the AC buses, are too much for them to kind of maintain. So, how you see that contradiction, and how you feel that can be rectified or kind of taken care of?
I mean, you know that in IPCC report we do not work on any particular country or in a particular city, but we bring the actions, what is happening there. So you were asking what should be done, but I'll not go into that, but I'll just draw some examples from our chapter. What we are saying is that you need social protection policies. You do need active transport mobility infrastructure, so that the people, and especially the low income group, usually prefer their own transport system and active transport, which keeps them more healthy, and also because they do not have to travel a long distance, they can go for short distance in their own vehicles, cycles, or sometimes walking. So these are so we need infrastructure. So as I said, we are saying in IPCC report, by repurposing your part of the road for dedicated cycle lane, you can cater to
Sorry to
the
interrupt, but do you feel that Kolkata has enough space to provide that kind of road? Is this
uh,
possible?
and and then I'm not speaking as an
To study.
IPCC report, IPCC author. But if you ask me as a scientist, that needs to be discussed to be the city designers, transport modelers, and the people, so that they can decide where they can be done, or maybe what areas can be avoided for such transit. So, but this is what we are saying is that it needs to be discussed with everybody. So the governance should be inclusive enough.
So what we choose to do is really going to determine